Didn't destroy it yet. Bring this down so I can actually speak. Hopefully, I need to find the stream real quick and make sure that I'm actually visible. And that'll tell me many things. Volume off. All right, that's like that's a good angle. Yeah, that's visible. All right. We're good. We're good. That's what we are. We're golden, actually. So, wait for it to fill up. I was tempted. I'm tempted to make coffee now. I think I will show a little bit of restraint. Oh my gosh, is that Scare Pops? Guys, it's the real Scare Pops coming in. What are the chances? I hate you. Throw that in there. My shoulder. My god, is that with your peak? Man, it is a star-studded couple of first commenters. I think you're the... Seeing that happen in real time makes me sad. That makes me incredibly sad. Is the audio good? Out of curiosity. Yeah, right. The audio is good. The view is good enough. I mean, it can only be so good. It is me, after all. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for a few more people to join in before I say what I'm gonna say, because Florida weather kicking in. It is raining really bad, and I would say there is a like 50%, not 50, but there is a certainly a possibility that the power completely dies. We wanted you to play golf with it. Damn shame. Real shame there. Now, there's like a 40% chance, I'd say, that the power cuts, and there is nothing I can do about it other than be depressed, which, given. Balancing a laptop on my freaking Vulpix box, that is still an integral part of my setup for some reason. All right. Here we go, man. So, one game in Minute Maid, because thank you, Lockout, for coming in clutch. I need to move. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. I'm going to bring it down just a bit, because I am not. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's solid. Yeah, that's solid. That's what we're going to do. It's not a bad delay, like maybe 10 seconds or so. I like doing the streams. The only part of the streams that I do dislike is the very beginning, when the game hasn't actually started yet, and so I'm just sitting here talking about absolutely nothing for like 5 minutes. The only downside. Piss off. Not me struggling to plug a phone in. I assume both of you are watching. Connor, is Brady putting like, or shooting like 20 over par by hole 4? I would expect no less. That's cap. Don't make me put you. I can put you in timeout. I can't. Oh, that's happening before the night's over with. $110% that is happening before the night is over with. Well, I mean, the only way he possibly could win. There's no shot Garcia has a 3.68 ERA. It should be way. He's over par right now. I knew it. Go to the timeout chair. Go to the timeout corner. Feel bad. Bozo down. He's in timeout. He'll be back later on. He'll be back. I'm amazed that Garcia's ERA is that high. I don't know why I thought it was like near 3. Strike 1. Not bad. I really thought he's raised it recently then, right? Find his game logs. Also move this over a little bit. That incredible windup. That's a swing. Yep. Nice. Luis Garcia. How many Luis Garcias are there? There's a lot. Okay, I think you're the one. Yeah, you're the one. Game logs. Pitching. Here we go. 0-2 count to DJ LeMahieu. Garcia deals, and it's put in play to Alex Bregman. Throw to first. He's in time to get him. The Astros have one down. Not too shabby. So notably, Yordan Alvarez and Jeremy Pena are not in this game, which is a bit of a bummer. I don't think it's serious. They don't seem to think it's serious. They thought they were going to be... I don't know. The way Dusty talked earlier kind of implied to me that like there was at least a possibility that they would be... There was a possibility they would be available. Because he said even if they were, I wouldn't put them in, or even if they are, I wouldn't put them in. So that implies to me that it's they're not feeling wonderful, but I don't think it's a bad injury to either one. I would expect nothing less. All right, so Garcia, yeah, he had his ERA at 3.7 or 3.07, and then not wonderful game against Miami. Solid game against Texas. Mixed game against the Mets. I maintain he wasn't that bad. I maintain he was not that bad that game. And I will die on that hill. Garcia 0-2 to Aaron Judge. Paints the Maldi, now it's not time to start getting irritated this early. It's only one. It's only one inning. That being said, I thought that should have been a strike to Aaron Judge. Because that pretty much guarantees a walk now. I don't want to challenge Judge. Not with Garcia specifically. But he does, and he gets a swing. Fouled off. Judge terrifies me. He always has. And, like, yeah, he's been good his entire career. But, man, like, he's the one player that anytime he steps to the plate, I genuinely am just, in my mind, fearful of a home run. Like, he is towering. And I'm getting the way, not fearful, but I'm getting the same way with big swing and a miss. That was a nice pitch. That was right in the middle of the plate for Luis Garcia. That was a gutsy pitch. That was a curve? That was a changeup that he got. Okay, fly out. Okay. They panned back. I thought that was going to be something very different. Hit at 106 for Aaron Judge. So that was a four-seam changeup. That changeup was nasty on the second pitch. Shame. Hey guys, do you remember that one time that Albert Pujols hit a home run against the Astros in the playoffs? Oh my gosh, let's show it again. That home run will never die. And like, I understand that it was an incredible home run. Like, he hit the cover off of that ball. It was ridiculous. I understand that. But we won that series. Like, and everyone, all of you know the exact one I'm talking about. Brad Lidge, 2004 or 2005. Everyone knows what I'm referring to. But like, we won that series, and it bothers me that that home run is looked upon as like a career-defining moment for Judge, because like, or not Judge, for Pujols. It's like, look, that was a great hit. Use one of the other ones. He hit 3 home runs in a singular game, and I feel like we talk about the one that he hit in a series they lost more than the fact that he hit 3 in one game. People don't forget. That's bounced a mile in front of the plate. Not wonderful. Threw the cutter for the second pitch. Not bad. So we're getting some cutters now. That's fun. He's not going to throw another cutter for the rest of the game because I mentioned it. Four seams right now hitting 94, so that's good. Or averaging 94. Fouled off. 86, so that's probably the change. And now you're back in the count with Anthony Rizzo. I feel like Anthony Rizzo's kind of become underrated recently. Not a four-seam changeup, just a changeup. Is that going to be updated to four-seam? Play right downs. Oh, they're saying that's the cutter. I am dumb. Cutter, fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was a four-seam changeup. Four-seam changeup, I don't believe is a thing. Now that I think about it, full count to Anthony Rizzo. And fouled off. Maybe the real Yankees were the friends we made along the way. I have to agree with you. I absolutely have to agree with you. The same, might I say, the same with the real Loch Ness Monsters, the friends we make along the way. That's ball 4 to Anthony Rizzo. That's a walk. I wanted to report Connor for cringe, but I can't, so I'm reporting him for terror. That's fair. That's fair. I might ban him before the night's over. No offense. It was definitely a ball, but that was, the cutter was right there. That could have been in for a strike, just a little bit higher. Oh, I'm interested because I talked a little bit about yesterday about Jason Castro batting or having a negative OPS plus. I'm interested if it changed at all with the home run yesterday. Hey, he's got it to 13. Guys, our catchers have a combined OPS plus, if I want to say like below 30. Yeah, so catcher is what we need to go for at the deadline. Is Corey Lee a thing? Let's go on a rabbit hole. Let's go look up Corey Lee real quick. See how he's doing. 1-1 to Stanton. Popped high. That is to Altuve. No to Yuli. And he's got it put away. Minor league. Are you who I'm thinking? Are who I'm thinking? Yeah. Corey Lee has a 222 batting average, a 280 OBP with a 416 slugging and a WRC plus of 68 in AAA. We're never going to have a good catcher, are we? I'm not even asking for that much at this point, guys. I'm just wanting a around league average catcher. I'm begging for scraps at this point. Like, what catcher could we theoretically trade for? I'm going to pose that question to the world. If you had to go for a catcher, who do you think's available? Who do you think we could target? And who would you want to target? My thought is that you trade for Garrett Stubbs again. And what's funny is I'm barely joking. That's a genuine question. We're going to put this in the world. Do you want to trade Garrett Stubbs back? This guy, in 17 games this season, has a 184 OPS plus. And you can say, Weston, it is not at all sustainable. I would respond with, I don't care at this point. Let's look at his numbers on Baseball Savant. Jose Altuve leadoff home run incoming, by the way. That should have been a ball, but we're going to move past it. Okay, so his hard hit isn't great. His expected batting average is actually pretty darn solid. His expected WOBA is pretty okay. Man, I simply think trading for Garrett Stubbs is the move. I'm going to read that comment in a second because that is a lot, but I want to see what happens here with the Altuve plate appearance. There are 2 long comments that I want to get to. When it comes to catchers, I'd love to see us try to get Robinson Chirinos back. I was discussing Chirinos the other day. He was pretty solid offensively in 2019 and got along great with the rest of the team and Justin Verlander. Yeah, at this point, I know Chirinos is still kicking around the league. I know I looked him up yesterday. I think he's kicking around with the Orioles at this point. I think he's on the Orioles. Yeah, he's on the Orioles this season. Altuve puts one foul. Robbie is rocking so far through 42 games, 142 plate appearances, a .163 batting average, a 268 on base, and a OPS plus of 57. And here's the thing. Those aren't great numbers, but you know what? We have a catcher who currently has a 13. So that's infinitely better what we currently have. The Orioles, you twat. Watch party. We're here. Altuve with a 1-2 count. He is the master at getting back into counts. That's a take for Jose Altuve right there. That is a gutsy take. Martin Maldonado is the prime definition of it's complicated because his offense is trash, which makes you want to look for a better catcher, but his leadership and defense is so elite, just makes you love him. It was the last time the Oswalt story. I do remember that. He got struck by lightning and became a better pitcher. And the thing is with Martin Maldonado, I'm not even sure that at this point you can argue the defense. Let me rephrase that. I don't think there is a singular statistic that you can point to say he is good. I think you just completely have to write on the fact of using your gut. Because you can look at a lot of numbers, and it's really hard to call accordingly. I just looked it up. He's got a friggin' 68 WRC plus in AAA. I don't know how that would adapt to Major Leagues. Martin Maldonado currently, his pop time is great. His pop time is the 94th percentile, so that's good. His average exit velocity is the 83rd percentile. What the hell? Wild. Diaz is batting second. We are missing people. Oh boy, we're missing people. Man, that's what happens when Brantley, Pena, and Yordan are all gone. Diaz in the second spot. Strike him. Yes, I agree. Just in the same way that I think that to start, we should let Tucker hit second. We should let Tucker hit anywhere he wants. That's... phrasing. I agree, we should move Tucker up in the lineup. Diaz with a base hit, not too bad. What was that move? Just the smirking face. Still can't believe Castro was a hero in the last game. I mean, oh look, we're gonna see Pena try to sabotage our season again. I'd like to say something about the Pena hit yesterday, and this is nothing against Jeremy Pena, but I'd like to point out that pretty much everyone went over to Yordan and we're just like, oh, Pena, you good man? Yeah, I don't really care. The MVP is injured, everybody. No offense to Pena. Okay, so he's in the dugout. He's dressed. He looks like he could potentially be put in if we need like a pinch hitter or something. Tucker in the third spot. That's solid. I feel like, honestly, I feel like if I were in charge, which I'm clearly not, I'm at home talking about baseball, I would have it be Altuve, Brantley, Tucker, Yordan, Breggy. I think I'd probably go in that direction. I feel Tucker just needs to be higher up in the lineup, but at the same time, what's wild is that Yordan is the best power hitter on the team, but if you also wanted to put this best like OBP guy ahead of him, it's him, which is fascinating to me. I mean, he leads the team in everything, if I'm not mistaken. Quick. Okay, so Yordan isn't in Jersey or anything. He's just vibing, which fair. Kyle Tucker got a little bit ahead of that one. Just a little bit ahead of that one. All right, I want to really quickly look at this. I'm interested to what all Yordan leads this in, because I'm pretty sure it's everything. Batting average, it's Yordan. OBP, it's Yordan. Slugging, Yordan. OPS, obviously Yordan. OPS plus, Yordan. Total bases, Yordan Alvarez. Home runs, it's Yordan. He leads us in everything. So, like, I feel like he definitely belongs in that fourth spot for cleanup. But I really think it would be Altuve, Brantley, maybe Tucker. I don't know. Tucker's just such an interesting one because he has such a great slugging. But like, you almost want him batting a little bit back to have the ability to drive people in. Tucker drives one to center, but it'll be caught by Judge. Bregman's been good recently. Bregman has been getting there. He has definitely looked better, which is good. If he and Yuli heat up at the same time, league's gonna have problems. First off, thick chat. Thick chat always thick chat. Second off, let's win. That'd be ideal. Mark Appeal. I was happy to see that. That's just a neat story. Like, that's a super neat story to see him finally make it. That was just a feel-good story of baseball. 395 average in the last 11 games for Alex Bregman. He's heating up. He is coming to life. Also, the fact that we're talking about Alex Bregman as having a bad season, and his OBP is still over 350. It's at 361 right now. I mean, I get that. Okay. I get that. Well, I don't know, man. Like, I understand that there are things that he's certainly lacking in. But, man, he's just so disciplined. You kind of just got to let it ride. Also, the fact that we're talking about Bregman in a negative light, whereas he and Pena are basically identical offensively. Just saying. Just saying. 122 OPS plus, 125 OPS plus. I'm using OPS plus. I've been using WRC plus so much recently, and I still maintain that I like WRC plus better. It's just so minutely different. Like, I don't feel bad interchanging them. I wanted to look up catcher ERA. That's what I wanted to look up. Or I wanted to look... Yeah, catcher ERA is what I was going to look up. Also, completely glancing over the fact that once... he didn't win an MVP. Also, I understand that Peña is a rookie, but I'm saying people are dunking on Bregman. And I understand that he's not the 170 WRC plus that he was a couple years back, but man, the discipline is still there. Like, the discipline is still very much there. I can look it up really quickly. I'm going to throw it up here. Chase rate, 100th percentile. Whiff percentage, 94th. K rate, 92nd. Walk rate, 97th. Like, his discipline is still there. The opinion still stands. Like, that's still... I don't disagree. But... I feel he is wrongly hated on. Dusty Baker's birthday was recently. I feel bad not talking about that. Pitching splits. There we go. Pitching splits by catcher. There we go. Okay. I don't disagree. I think it was very close between him and Trout. I'm going to pull that up really quickly because I'm interested. Also, very quickly before I say anything else. Full count to Alex Bregman, by the way. I've completely just ignored the game. And that's going to be a ground out. Shucky darns. Anyway. I'm going to throw this out there. I know that it's because Verlander has Jason Castro as his personal catcher, and so that's very much helping along the numbers. That's not lost on me. That it's being aided by by Verlander, really bringing it down. Team ERA with Castro is 2.46 and 3.21 with Maldi. That's... I don't even know, man. I don't even know, man. I don't think you guys want me to use framing metrics from Baseball Savant. I don't think you guys want those framing metrics because they paint Maldonado in a very bad light. They paint Castro in an even worse light, but I will be honest with you guys. I feel comfortable, like, when I talk about positions, I feel comfortable talking about everything except for catchers. I hate talking about catchers. Not that I dislike the position, not that I dislike the players there. I just have such a hard time with it because that is genuinely one of the... I feel catcher analysis is the very last remnant of the you just have to go with your gut about it. Because, like, there's no metric that can talk about how well you called a game or the chemistry you have with your pitchers. There's no metrics for that. Like, I try to be very cold with my analysis of things. And you guys can see that from the fact that I dunked on relentlessly. I dunked on Jose Urquidy. I kind of just bullied him until he became good again. Bullying works, don't forget. But okay, that's gonna be a good one. Maldi is a great defensive catcher. He's a great thinker. I don't know that I can say defensive catcher because framing metrics paint him very, very poorly. And like there isn't a number that you can find other than pop time in his arm that paints Maldonado in a good light. That being said, I think it's ingenuous to say that he isn't a good catcher because he just understands the game. He does well with that, and pitchers love him. Pitchers adore him, and you can't ignore the fact that they would go to war for the guy. And so it's very difficult to judge it because you look at framing metrics that don't really paint him that lovingly. You look at all the other metrics that just don't really paint him lovingly. You look at offense that basically just says, yeah, he's bad. I mean, WRC plus, OPS plus numbers just kind of giggle when you bring up Martin Maldonado, or Jason Castro for that matter. But then you watch him work, and catchers say they love him. And Maldi strikes me as a person who understands baseball. I forget who said it. I think it might have been, he's not here. I think it was Noah, longtime viewer of the channel, who mentioned Maldonado going potentially down the road as our manager. And I'm like, I would totally be down with that. I would totally be down with Maldi as like our manager because I think he understands the game as well as anyone. But man, as a catcher at this point, it's getting rough. Verlander going 8 shutout innings and then 7 one-run innings is simply beautiful. All right. Consider how Bregman is, or I'm assuming you meant to say considering, and it either auto-corrected or you just thought quickly, which is what happens to me a lot. Is I just think too quickly and I forget to write words. So I'm going to say that's considering how Bregman is doing, do we trade him this offseason or what? Sorry. And also, what do we do with Yuli? All right. That was a good crack. I don't think you can trade Bregman for 2 reasons. One, he's still a good player. He's not bad. And honestly, I don't even know who would. He's a good enough player that, like, I don't think it's worth trading. I also am not sure how many people are going to be crazy about trading for. What is Bregman? 27-ish? 27-ish? Okay, hold on. Timeout. Pump the brakes. Bregman is second in WRC plus among AL. Third among WRC plus among third in WRC plus among AL shortstop or third baseman. Good lord, I'm going to repeat that again because I stuttered 1,000 times. Bregman is third in the American League among shortstops in WRC plus. Like, how many times have you called me? What if not? What if simply not? Anyway, I don't think you should trade Bregman. I am also not entirely sure if anyone's going to be crazy to just immediately be like, yeah, I'll take on the contract. Because I want to say he's getting paid like, what, 20-some mil a year? Quickly pull that up. We have him, yeah, $20 million a year through 2024. Popped up. That'll be a nice out. We've got him for another couple of years. He's solid still. Like, he's still a solid player. He's 28. He's going to be 29. I don't know how many people would offer much. I think catchers should also get a DH. Like, that'd be great. Can you imagine if we just imagine the Astros are like, look, we want Yordan to DH for the designated hitters, and the pitchers will hit. Our pitchers will hit, but please don't make our catchers do it. Molly as our manager is definitely an interesting thought. I think he'd be good in the role. Speaking of managers, if Dusty retires after this year when he gets his ring, do you think AJ comes back? There's a lot to unpack there. I'll get to that. If we win the World Series, I think Dusty calls it. Like, if we win the World Series this year, I think Dusty goes, I'm good. Because I saw the stupidest thing the other day. I think it was the Apple broadcast that asked if Dusty is a Hall of Fame manager without a ring, and I wanted to punch my phone. But that's beside the point. I think Dusty, he 100% retires if we win the World Series this year. I don't think AJ comes back. I think he's going to be in Detroit for a while. I think Maldi would... I think Espada is the move. I think Espada's the move if Dusty retires. And then Maldi's 35, so maybe have Espada there for like 2 or 3 years, see how that works out. And if it works out well, you know, if Joe Espada is like a great manager, then just, stick with him. Like, just roll with him for like 6 or 7 years or 10 years or wherever. I don't know how long you would want to keep him. And then maybe down the line go with Maldi. But I would like to see Maldi stick around the organization. He loves Houston. He loves the Astros. So I think him as a pitching coach would be interesting, which is weird because, like, I know he doesn't pitch, but him as a pitching coach would be interesting, in my opinion. Big swing and a miss by Luis Garcia. He is looking fantastic. That was a nasty pitch right there. That was the cutter, I believe. Cutter. No, wait. Update, I beg. That was a nasty pitch. I think that was the cutter. And that was absolutely filthy for Luis Garcia right there. That is his 9th swing and miss through 2 innings. Holy crap. He is feeling it right now. We better extend Altuve over Bregman because if I remember, they were both free agents at the same time. Here's the thing. I don't think there's any shot Altuve leaves. For multiple reasons. One, he is the Astros. And I know that you say things like, oh, well, Freeman can be moved. Or Rizzo can be moved. Or what have you. I understand that. That's not lost on me. But I don't think you could get Altuve to leave. I really just don't. I think he is an Astro for life. I would be absolutely amazed if he isn't an Astro for life. And on top of that, I think Altuve understands that people that aren't Houston hate his guts. And unless he wants to be hated 162 days a year, or games a year, I think there's no shot there's a Hello Kitty bobblehead for the Astros. I hate life. Anyway, I don't think he would leave. Simply because I think he understands that everyone kind of hates him. And it's unjust. He was the only one. He was the only one that was good, man. He's the only one that didn't do it. The only one that didn't use the system. And yet he is the one that is, just publicly destroyed. And it's heartbreaking. but I would just be astonished if he ever left. Like, I think he would. I know he's on a big contract right now. Like, I understand that, but I do think if it came down to it, he would take a hometown discount to stay here. At least I hope. I would genuinely, because I made the video when Springer left, and I was very, very sad. I think I would genuinely cry if Altuve left. Like, I think there would be actual tears. Like, that would be starting to border on like a breakdown if that happened. I would be distraught. Anyway, stop trying to convince us that WRC Plus and expected Wobacon are a real thing. It's just made up words. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. This ump is terrible. You're not wrong. There's no way Jose leaves Houston. If he does, the whole team would fall. If Altuve left, the team would fall off. Like, this, the team would... The fan base would revolt. The fan base would revolt at that point. Like, I can't see a universe where Altuve ever leaves. Genuinely. I forgot how different the old camera looked according to my new camera. We'd have no identity. We wouldn't. We wouldn't. Like, so help me. When I watch Altuve get his 3,000th Major League Baseball hit, it's going to be as an Astro. So help me God. It better be. I forgot how horrifically different, I was starting to say that, the old camera was from the new camera. By that, I mean the old phone to the new phone. But, man. Alright, so when the final out is made of the inning, I am in desperate need of a cup of coffee. So as soon as this inning is over with, I'm going to run over to my coffee maker and try to, as quickly as possible, brew myself a nice little cup of coffee. I was very excited. I went to Nespresso yesterday. I haven't been there in a while. Popped up by Mauricio Dubon to the catcher, Jose Trevino, and gone. Well, it's over. All right, I'll be right back. Speed run making coffee. Why is it taking so long? Lord, it's full. I am battling not to spill it. Probably a losing battle. Garcia begins his 5-hour windup. 1-2 ground. Bregman gets it. Throw to first is in time to get. Is that Marwin Gonzalez? No, it is not. Who wears 12? Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Couldn't quite remember. By the way, how awkward does Marwin Gonzalez feel? How weird was that? Following live stream has been brought to you by HEB brand Christian Javier Coffee Man Coffee. I would absolutely be... I would buy every flavor if Christian Javier made coffee. Will, I don't even know what that's trying to say. Am I having a stroke? Trevino, Kiner-Falefa, and Gallo, former Rangers, now Yankees. Yeah, we know how to deal with them. More or less. Maybe. Who's to say, actually? Maybe they know how to deal with us. I don't know. How many times did Gallo face Garcia as a Ranger? It's German for bless you. Oh, Gesundheit. I've never seen Gesundheit spelled out before. I've never seen it spelt out. Which might just say that I'm dumb. You know what? Don't answer that. That's bounced a little bit. How funny is it that Joey Gallo is Joey Galloing right now? Please don't walk Gallo. That's what he does. That's what Gallo does. He makes hard contact occasionally, but mostly he just walks. How much is Gallo under contract for? Didn't they pay him like $15 million? Joey Gallo. There we go. $10 million this season for Joey Gallo. A 76 WRC plus, or OPS plus, excuse me. Negative 0.1 WAR. Yeah, Gallo's hitting a $167. No, guys, Gallo's bad. Like, he's not... He's been bad since getting to the Yankees. Last season, he had a 122 OPS plus. It was a 139 with the Rangers, and then when he was traded to the Yankees, it fell to 94 last year, and this season is at 76. Through 120 games with the Yankees, he is batting a $163 with a 290 on base and a 369 nice slugging. Good move. Strike to DJ LeMahieu. FFS. FFS indeed. Marwin being on the Yankees is just bizarre. I'm still not fully used to clean-shaven Garrett Cole. I didn't recognize Marwin the other day when I saw him on the Yankees. Like, I didn't recognize that guy. That's such a bad joke, but it's great. Gallo, more like bad. No shot you put that. No, Gallo has just been... I mean, he gets on base, but that being said, he doesn't even get on base that much at this point. I mean, 276 is well below league average. Like, his walk rate is still solid. Like, he's still drawing quite a few walks, but man, he is just having a time. Literally just chilling in my room, watching the game, this live stream while wearing an Astros home jersey, the City Connect 10, and that's the life. Have they given out any of the 2021 rings yet? Man, I need to cop one of those. Because I have the 2019. Oof, a bloop single. Let's play guess the expected batting average on that little bloop single. I'm going to say that was like 320. That's what I'm going to predict. Wow. That's one of those perfectly placed bloop singles. That had a 980 expected batting average. That's why placement matters, ladies and gentlemen. That's why placement matters. Me just ignoring all of my missed calls. Aaron Judge up. Alright, so if you walk Judge, we're in a pickle. We'd be in a big old pickle if you walk Judge. Luckily, you have Garcia pitching, and he will lead us to victory. Now let's quickly find out how much I will have to fork over if I won a 21 ring. Brantley won for 30. That's not bad. I mean, obviously. Even though he didn't pitch a single game in it, a small part of me wants the McCullers one. McCullers is the one that I am... McCullers is the player that I cannot be objective with. That's what I will say. Big ol' strike to Aaron Judge, very important. No hitter broken up, I'm sad. Also, yes, they gave out 21. I need to get myself one of those bad boys. I need to cop one of those soon. So you have first and second, one out. Judge now 1-1 in the count. If you can get it. Big miss right there. Watching the game, watching the stream, playing the show. Good evening. Good evening. Great evening, to be exact. I understand that like Jordan won the ALCS MVP, rightfully so. He was a monster. But man, the McCullers ring does call me. And as I was saying, I can't be objective with McCullers. Like he is that one player that I just absolutely adore. And anything with him, I'm gonna probably want. I think I might cop one of those sooner or later. The Astros are presenting me with a very good problem to have, which is I'm almost running out of space for rings on the desk. Because I also would like to get a Bagwell one from 05. Or a Bagwell or a... Get there. Good job, Jake. Can't believe JJ is our DH. I only expect... Jose, Tucker, and Bregman, maybe. Bury me in the H. That quote went so hard. That quote went so hard. Like, man. That was one of them. That was one from Apollo Houston that I still want. What's the bury me in the H shirt? JJ hit a home run the last time he DH'd. Metanjevic. I like how we're calling... I will say, and this is not bad because I agree. JJ is what we are calling him because Metanjevic is something I am not trying to spell out. Ooh, but if he homers tonight, I can call it Metanject. Running out of room for rings, that's not a problem. That's a humble brag. I mean, you're not wrong. I have the 05 NL ring and the 2017 World Series ring. But I don't ever think I got the 19 ring. Also 100% agree on Lance. Love him. Yeah. No, I have the 17 and the 19, and then I also have the 19 trophy. But now I'm wanting the 2021 ring. I will say, I like that they finally have started putting the names on them, because I know the 2019 ring and the 2017 ring that I have, both are just blank. Which is nothing wrong with that. They look really nice. Like, I like having them on the desk. But certainly, the fact that now they're putting names on them makes it just... Bury me in the H headband. That would also be one to get. I don't know how many of you guys do. Gym going with hair. Do you guys use headbands, hair ties, hats? I've seen those. Hat people at the gym are the worst. Unless you're one of them, in which case then they're then they're fine. Then they're fine. I'm not gonna insult a viewer after all. Trying to pick off Gallo. I got short hair, no need. Must be nice. JV for Cy Young. There's a question. There's a question for you. Okay. So let's pull up. Time to make everyone groan. I'm going to pull up Baseball Savant percentile rankings. And I can actually hear you groaning as I say that aloud. 2-2 to Rizzo. Ball 3, do not load the bases. Don't do that. I beg you, don't do that. Alright. So here's what you get with Verlander. You can look at traditional numbers that paint him pretty darn well. 2.03 ERA, 0.83 WHIP. Those are great. Those are great numbers. Right? I hate using wins and losses, but 10-3 is pretty darn well. Road trip, let's go. Those certainly were. Hey, they're words. They're words, all right. Wait till I start talking about expected FIP. Wait till that will. Wait till I bring up expected FIP, and I will go there. Oh, don't you worry. I'm going to get there. I would 100% road trip to Houston. That's something to do soon. One day. Not big into baseball, but I heard Rangers fan, level the content. Keep it up. Thank you. I'm getting... Man, I realize that I am already missing hockey so much. I'm already thinking, I know that our schedule just got released, or the preseason schedule got released. Islanders up first. I'm very excited about that, but I'm missing hockey already. Luckily, I am a massive baseball nerd as well, so I have something to fill my time, but big swing and a miss on Anthony Rizzo, and we get out of the inning. 61 pitches through 3. There's no shot he's already thrown 63 pitches. 61. Also, those are certainly words. There's no way that's a thing. You're just making stuff up. Expected FIP is a real statistic, honest to God. Stands for expected fielding independent pitching. William, I would not lie to you. How is his FIP that high? Oh, yeah, home runs. I forgot about home runs. Home run rate is down, though, from 2019. Pretty significantly. That's fascinating that his home run rate is down so drastically, and his walk rate is down, not drastically, but slightly down. But the FIP is actually significantly higher. That's fascinating. I mean, granted, that's just the issue of... why was his FIP so high in 2019? Was it just the home runs? It's just the home runs. Expected FIP was down. So Verlander this year, 2.03 ERA, 3.11 expected ERA, a 3.40 FIP, and a 3.5 3.56 expected FIP. So, here's the thing. Everyone was hitting home runs. Everyone hit home runs in 2019. That was ridiculous. Bring back the juice ball. That was interesting. That was fun to talk about. Okay. Verlander for Cy Young. That's what I was trying to talk about. I'm very, very conflicted because you can look at things for Verlander. His walk rate is still fantastic. His fastball spin rate is still amazing. Right. They're both still great. Oh, straw poll real quick. We'll do this real quick. Of the 3 ALCS MVP performances, which do you think is the best? Jordan's, I feel. Jordan's or Verlander's. Altuve's was great, but it was very much carried by Game 6, the walk-off. God, that .56 ERA in 2017 is pretty darn sexy. I said that out loud. That being said, Jordan also was ridiculous in those 6 games. Anyway, that's a fun question. Discuss that amongst yourselves. Back to Verlander for Cy Young. You can look at a lot of things expected or percentile rankings on Baseball Savant. 65 in hard hit, 68th in expected WOBA, 78th in expected ERA, exit velocity average is 55th, expected batting average is 70th. Expected slugging at 64th, barrel percentage 52, K rate's down significantly. And I want to emphasize, I am not saying Verlander is bad. I'm not saying Verlander isn't good. Verlander's having a very, very good season. He is an all-star without a doubt. I don't think you're going to find many people to argue that. The story, he's easily the comeback player of the year, and that's not even up for debate. I think he will... I don't know. I feel like we're still in an age where we might be swayed a little bit by just simple statistics. If I was giving out Cy Young, I don't think I would vote for Verlander. And I know that's hard for me to say, and people are probably going to get mad at me. I think he's doing a very good job, and I'm very happy with Justin Verlander. I love him a lot. He's one of my favorite players. I just don't know that he's the Cy Young right now. And I will, because I say that, I will tell you who I think probably is, because I don't want to be absolutely just bombed by saying it's not Verlander. And that's probably a double for Jake Myers. Jake from Rake Farms coming in. Probably McClanahan, honestly, for Cy Young is probably where I would go. I mean, leading the league in ERA, leading the league in strikeouts, leading in hits per 9, leading in WHIP, leading in ERA plus, 12.1 Ks per 9, only walking 1.6. I think it's got to be McClanahan, right? And then you look at that FIP number. I can only imagine. What's his expected FIP? That's what I want to know. By the way, I found this out recently. The way we get expected FIP is by taking into account that fly balls are 10% of a home run. I wasn't quite sure until very recently how expected FIP was calculated. I found that out the other day. Expected FIP is only 2.2 or 2.02. That's incredible. Okay, look, if Verlander wins the Cy Young, I'm going to be happy. Anthony Rizzo was practically, like, in the batter's box on that play. He pinched so hard. Verlander's has got the dog in him. That's why he's getting the Cy Young. He probably will. That's the thing. I think we're still in that age where I think we're just barely hanging on to the remnants of the old way of thinking. So I think he probably will get nominated for the Cy Young, and I think he might even win it. I'm not sure that he should. If I had a vote, I would probably go McClanahan. That being said, Verlander, it's not a bad option by any means. Obviously, you look at ERA, you look at WHIP, he's still doing very well in those statistics. Anyway, I want to get back to this as well. How do you feel about Myers basically getting submitted as the starter, or as the center field starter over McCormick and Siri without even a fight? Man, I feel bad for McCormick because he is not a bad player by any means. He is a solid player. Quickly pull up his numbers. Like, Chas McCormick is pretty darn solid. He's very good defensively. WRC plus at 96, so he's about league average, a hair under, but he plays very much, pardon me, very much a plus defender at center field. And to have it just so quickly taken from him, and Siri, by the way, I feel Siri also kind of got shafted. Like, the time I make a comment about Myers, he hits a leadoff double, that will be the standard. I mean, never forget the time that I predicted Altuve would get a leadoff double the night before it happened. That is my favorite moment on this channel, at least one of them. Don't look too closely at the coaster. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I thought, because I want to say that Jose Siri was the 98th percentile of outs above average. Ooh, we have pitch tempo stuff now. That's neat. Altuve drives one. That'll be caught by Gallo. Dang it. Just hung up. Let's go for outs above average real quick. So Jose Siri was third league-wide in outs above average. Is that among outfield, or is that among all? No, that's among all. Yeah, so he was third, and he just had it just ripped from him. Brett Phillips is leading in outs above average. That makes me happy. I love Brett Phillips. You want to look at pitch tempo real quick just to laugh? Catcher framing. Let's look at that while we're here. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy about the fact that it was just so quickly taken. Like, I kind of would have been down with... I mean, obviously Myers is good. Myers is a good player. I'm not going to question that. But it just felt, to me at least, that it wasn't really his position to have, to start with. Like, really, going into it last season... At the end of it, I thought it was McCormick's position. And so the fact that this season we just so quickly handed it to Myers was shocking to me. Like, we just toss it to him without even a question. So yeah, I'm not crazy about it being so quickly taken. But you got McCormick hanging around. I think McCormick's probably the fourth outfielder at this point. And I know Yordan might be technically the fourth outfielder, but say Lovey. Also, how long do I think before Verlander retires? I don't know, man. He's got 2 years on his contract. He's 39. I think we could see Verlander for another... I mean, he said he wants to pitch till he's like 45. So... Like, he said he wants to pitch till he's 45. Will he? That's a question. I mean, hey, if Brady can do it... If Brady can play a very physical sport like football till that age, at a high level, I don't see why Verlander couldn't. I don't know that he will. Before injury. Diaz walked, not bad. Oh, you're talking about Myers before the injury. No, but back to Verlander. Like, I think 42 or 43 is really the limit for him. I think that's when he's probably going to call it. I would say 43. That being said, I do think that after this year, it's probably going to be a kind of a steep decline. At least I could see. I hope I'm wrong. God, I hope I'm wrong. I want to imagine that. I have to imagine. Ryan Stanek's one of the worst pitchers with runners on, tempo-wise. That's incredible. Luis Garcia is 5th worst with runners on base. For pitch tempo, that's fun. Let's see what it is just straight up, shall we? Where does he rank for pitch tempo? Oh, it doesn't have it on his... It doesn't have it, that's stupid. King Tuck up if no one got me. Last time Kyle Tucker had 2 on against Severino, it was quite special. Kyle Tucker to the 3rd deck. Will it into existence. Is there a fight going on outside? Fouls it off, 0-2. That's not wonderful. Garcia's another one of them that just has the dog in him. That's what I'm going to say. Like, he's another pitcher that just kind of wills his way to good outings. You guys remember when Fromber was bad? Remember that? And then he became pretty darn solid. What's his, wonder what his numbers are this season. Like advanced numbers. Expected FIP at 3.23. Not bad. Not bad. I know there are some people that now all of a sudden hate FIP, which is strange. Sorry, would you rather me use Sierra? When I start unironically using Sierra as a statistic, it's happening. Sooner rather than later, it's happening. Pitch type? No, it wouldn't be pitch type. Where would I find Sierra leaders? Would that be batted ball? I think it would be batted ball. Absolute chills when I start using Sierra as a real statistic to validate my opinion. Tucker fouls 1. It's in batted ball on their page. That's where I thought it was. But I thought I looked there. Full count to Kyle Tucker. 2 on, 2 out. Fouls it off. Is Sierra in StatCast? No, it isn't. Where the hell is Sierra? Advanced? It isn't advanced. Why did I... That is so weird. There's no shot that there are 2 Mariners at the very bottom of the Sierra leaderboard. Yeah, look at that. McClanahan and Colin Burns at the top of the Sierra leaderboard, both of whom probably should win the Cy Youngs, and it's probably going to end up being Alcantara. 2 out Lightning, 2 out Lightning, please. I beg. Yeah. All right, so Kyle Tucker draws a big walk. Bases are loaded for Bregman. Bregman, now is the time. Now is the time that you remind us why you are here. With a big home run to the Crawford box. Even just a double. Just a double would be great. That's not a strike. That is simply not a strike. That is out of the zone. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like being all bitter, but that's a ball. Bregman drives one, deep left field, back at the wall, off the wall. 1 run scores, another run will come home. Tucker over to third. Bregman will stop at first, I think. No, he is at second. A 2 RBI double for Alex Bregman with the bases loaded. And the Astros lead 2-0. Alex Bregman, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you don't trade him. This is why. He's having a down year. He still does that. He continues on this little hot streak that he has going. And the Astros take a 2-0 lead with the RBI double off the Crawford boxes. How about that? He just missed out on one. He just missed it. Oh, that was above the top scoreboard. So that was like a matter of feet away from a home run. That place is buzzing right now. So much so that they're already going to call time for Yuli. Or maybe he called time. Regardless, the Astros take a 2-0 lead. Yeah, that first pitch was 100% a ball. Bregman simply said, "I do not care." I don't mean to, man. I just get going. Thick chat MVP. Thick chat MVP. Alex Bregman, my guy. Coming in. Also, Alex with the time to... Okay, so Tucker's out, trying to steal home. Why, is my question. Also, not me almost sending the book off the... That's why you don't put a MacBook on a box. Not, by the way, just so we're clear here, not a good box. Not a good box. We're using the mega-sized Vulpix box. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, I don't know why Tucker tried to steal home. I don't know why that was the thought he came to, but that's what he tried. That was just simply not a good idea. Like, I liked the heart. Bregman has the big 2-out hit. But Luis Garcia is also pitching pretty darn well. Garcia's only given up 1 hard hit ball in 3 innings of work. Has 10 swings and misses. But Bregman with a big hit. Showtime Alex coming through. So that's close. I think it is Bregman. But Thick Chat doesn't die. Thick Chat will never die. Thick Chat will be around forever. I can't wait to explain to an employer down the line what I did here and have them look back and be like, so Weston, I saw back in 2022 in that time you were talking about something called Thick Chat. Would you like to explain that to me? And I just go, no, I would not like to explain it to you, if I'm being honest. I'm going to have to explain this entire channel to an employer one day, and that partially excites me and also partially terrifies me. Okay, I get what he was going for, and honestly, I think if he would have had a slightly better jump, he could have. Not a bad thought for Tuck. Also, I think, and this is not the catcher's fault, Trevino was doing exactly what he did. He wasn't, like, purposefully in the way. But if his foot was a little bit... If his foot wasn't in the way, Tucker probably is safe. Again, I'm not saying Trevino purposefully did anything. I'm saying that, like, it could have been. It was close. C'est la vie. Already up 0-2 to Stanton. Way up in the zone. Tucker's probably not happy right now. But I like the thought. I like the thought a lot. 'Twas a good plan, however. Garcia begins to rock the baby. Pitch. Fouled. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. So it'll still be a 1-2 to Giancarlo Stanton. Luis Garcia's looking good, though. Stanton a second hard hit ball. Huh? Oh, I'm behind. So Stanton's going to rip one at 116 here in a second. Baseball Savant is ahead of me, which I do not appreciate. Smokes it to Aledmus Diaz. Wait, no, it's Mauricio Dubon on the infield. Mauricio Dubon with a very nice catch on a ball that was smoked at 116. Expected batting average of 770. I mean, that's a terrifying thought that you're playing with something. Thick Chat does not understand the concept of death. Thick Chat is immortal. It can't go away. People have tried to kill it. It doesn't work. It comes back. I myself had considered assassinating it once, and it just will not work. I'm telling you. Also, consider this your friendly reminder that Jose Altuve is having a great year. I'm just bringing that up because. I'm going to laugh so hard when Altuve, again, is the starting second baseman in the All-Star game. And I know he isn't going to go. I wouldn't go. But, man, the thought of Jose Altuve standing there at the All-Star game in LA is hilarious. Not very thick chat of you there, Taryn. The terror of, is it my phone that's going out or my computer that isn't wanting to load? Altuve came into play tonight with a 357 OBP, a 524 slugging, and a 155 WRC+. Jose Altuve, ladies and gentlemen. Popped out to Kyle Tucker. The Astros have 2 away in the inning. So second hard hit ball, but like it was a pop out. So like, yeah, it was hit at 99.8, but it was hit with a 50-degree launch angle. So it's not like he had... It's not like that was a dangerous play. So like, I'm going to mentally make a note that one of those for Garcia should not have been a hard hit ball. Simply in my opinion. I would laugh till I cry. If Altuve starts the All-Star game, and I don't think he will because I think he knows that he doesn't want to go there. I hope Yordan does. I hope Yordan goes, and I hope he plays in the home run derby, and I hope he hits 100 missiles every round and just kills every pitch in sight. That's what I hope for more than anything else. I want Yordan to be in the home run derby and just destroy it. But... Good evening, my good sir. Good evening. Now, I hope Yordan plays the home run derby. I don't think he or Altuve will actually go for the All-Star game, though. I think they're like, yeah, no, I don't want to get yelled at. I think Valdez is an All-Star. Probably. Probably. I don't know if that's... Are you asking that as a question, or has it been confirmed? I don't think they've confirmed anything yet, right? If I had to pick... Honestly, the Astros could legitimately have 3 All-Star starters, and I'm not even kidding. Like, Verlander is an All-Star. It's just a fact at this point. He is. Fromber probably is. And honestly, I would almost say Javi should be an All-Star. Javi should be an All-Star. Holy crap. Holy crap, Javi's FIP! Yo, guys, have you looked at Javi's FIP? Javi is rocking a 2.76 FIP. He leads the team among starters and Brian Abreu has the best FIP on the team? Abreu. I'm so proud. Guys, Brian Abreu has the best FIP on the team. Second is Rafael Montero. Man, that trade was an absolute fleecing. Can I say something real quick? Just real quick, right? The top 5 on the team in FIP, swing and a miss there. Top 5 is Abreu, Montero, Javi, Stanek, Neris. Stanek, Neris, and Montero were all James Click's doing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Abreu's been a monster. Do you guys remember? I don't know how many of you were here for that. It was a very long time ago. It was the second video I ever posted on this channel. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary, by the way, which is very exciting. I'm definitely going to stream that game. Like, whatever game that falls on for 2 years, I definitely want to stream that. Sort by oldest. Quickly take a peek here. When was that video? July 9th. So yeah, July 9th. It's going to be 2 years, which is wild to me that I've been making these videos for 2 years. So July 9th, there's going to be a live stream. I'll confirm that right now. I will explain it in a second. I hope Yordan is in the home run derby. He better be. He's third. He's leading in every hard hit percentage and slugging percentage that you can find, whether it's expected or practical. He needs to be. He better be in the home run derby. Ground out to Mauricio Dubon over to first at Yuli, and there it is. Out of the inning, Luis Garcia scoreless through 4. I will talk about that. I will talk about the Space Cowboys videos because I want to discuss that for a second. Anyway, not a fact, but he should be. Brady's been a monster. I said that. Just want to say, Graveman helped us to a World Series, and Montero has been amazing. Toro has underperformed, and Joe Smith is on the Reds. We know who won that trade. James Click fleeced him. He fleeced him in that trade. I mean, he made the Mariners look silly. And I will pose a question, which is, if Graveman stays in Seattle, how many games did the Mariners miss the playoffs by last year? Like, I get that it's only one. I understand that. But, man, it's one pitcher. But if you want to throw in, while we're at it, throw in Montero and say he was elite the rest of the way, right? Like, say Montero was there as well and didn't get injured like he did with the Astros. Do the Mariners, maybe if they keep Graveman and he somehow Graveman continues to pitch at that level that he was, do the Mariners sneak into the playoffs last year if they don't trade him? Because they had Montero, and granted Montero was terrible for them. But Graveman was having one of the best seasons by a reliever, period. He had a .82 ERA with them. He had a whip that was below 7, or .7. You think they make the playoffs if they don't make that trade? Mariners missed by one game and lost 2 one-run games via walk-off. They would have been there if Graveman is there. That's what I'm saying, man. I think they might have done it. So not only did we keep them out of the playoffs last year, but we also took Rafael Montero, who's been one of the best relievers. Rafael Montero, by the way, another pitcher that probably should probably make the All-Star team. I mean, Montero is just really quickly. He's got a sub-1 ERA, if I'm not mistaken, correct, for Montero? 1.8. Yeah, 1.8, FIP at 2.66. He should probably be there. Abreu doesn't have quite the innings to make it as an all-star, but man, those two could both make it. I think one of them will. One of them has to. One of them has to make it. Also, Space Cowboys videos. I want to. I really do, and I keep dropping the ball. I have a couple ideas for what to do with that. Like, I'm thinking the two things that I would do is either make one video a week and discuss it, or I think alternatively if I were to do a podcast, which is something I've thought about for a while. I'm still unsure about it. Me saying this is not me confirming it, by the way. This is me, like, throwing the thought out there to see what you guys would say. Like, that's a thought as well as doing a podcast that I wouldn't be against that and do, like, 10 minutes, like 10 or 15 minutes talking about the Astros and, like, 10 minutes talking about them. Or maybe 20 minutes talking about the Astros, 10 minutes talking about Space Cowboys. Or at least mention them a bit in it. But I'm still not sure what I would want to do. Anyway, I don't understand what FIP is. Or I don't know what FIP is. So FIP is fielding independent pitching. And what that means is FIP takes the 3 true outcomes that pitchers can control. So that is strikeouts, walks, and home runs. And tries to estimate ERA because of those 3. So if I'm not mistaken, I will pull it up so I make absolutely sure. Yeah, the calculation is plus 13 for a home run, plus 3 for a walker hit by pitch, and then -2 for a strikeout. And then that calculates among innings pitched. I know that isn't the perfect explanation for it, but more or less what it does is tries to calculate what the pitcher is controlling. And then expected FIP adds 10% of a point for a home run for a fly ball, which is not the best, but it is certainly a way to do. Metanjevic almost beat that out, and I feel like they might review it, because that was really close. That being said, I think if you want the best ERA calculator, I would use either SIRA or expected ERA for Baseball Savant. I just talk about FIP He almost beat that out. He didn't, but he almost did. That was real close. And now you have Mauricio Dubon up. If we win this game 2-0, I swear. I am a bad person. I looked down at my phone and then I looked up and there was an out. Ground out by Dubon for the third out. Not wonderful. But we have a 2-0 lead, so all is well. Okay, so that is 100% the dream. Right? No, that is the absolute dream that I have, is to go to Houston, watch the games. I would vlog the crap out of that. I would try to do, because, like, I'm not saying I have a massive, like, I know I'm not, huge, but we have a good following here. Like, this is a very good community. And I would love to try to, like, if I go to Houston, I don't think I'm going this year. Right, I'm like 99% positive, unless something wild came up. I'm probably not going this year. But when I do, I'm going to plan it way, way in advance and try to get something. Like, I'd love to meet a few of you guys. That would genuinely be wild to me. To, like, see viewers at the game or get like that. That's such a weird concept to me. But no, if I ever go to Houston, I'd vlog the crap out of that. I would video myself talking about the game until the security genuinely, like, kicked me out of the building. Like, that would 100% happen. I would try to do, like, the first half of it maybe in live post-game breakdown. That would also be neat to do, like a live breakdown. But I'd love to do, like, a one-taker, maybe in Minute Maid, trying to set that up, which would probably just be, I don't know how I would quite do that. I would probably have to get, like, one of the, like, very small, like, on-you mics that I can clip through the collar. But no, I would love to do it. Woo! I think they called that... No, that was a fair ball. Alex Bregman, what a play defensively. To rob Isaiah Kiner-Falefa of a base hit. Holy crap, what a play. Beautiful ranging to his right in foul territory. And a throw pretty well on the money to get him. And that wasn't a bam-bam play. That was by a couple of strides for Bregman. I know that Isaiah Kiner-Falefa probably isn't the fastest hitter in the game, but man, oh man. That was a play right there. Let's see where is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa rank in sprint speed? 85th percentile in sprint speed, so that was a really good play. Man. Gallo fouls went back, and now it's going to be 0-2. Astros are winning without Brantley, Alvarez, and Payne. You just imagine if they were playing. If we were playing, yeah. We're deep. We have a deep team. Like, the top 5 for the Astros right now is in the lineup is a genuinely good top 5. Like among most teams. It's Altuve, Diaz, Tucker, Bregman. Strikeout! Got him. For Luis Garcia. Man, he is cruising right now. But the Astros top 5 right now: Altuve, Diaz, Tucker, Bregman, Yuli. Like, that's a good top 5. And that's missing 3 great players. Joey Batto. It's so bad it's good. But I do love that. Garcia now already up 0-1 against DJ LeMahieu. 84 pitches for Garcia. This is probably... I assume this is his last full inning. He'll probably go in the 6th, but be on the limit of if you allow a base runner, you're out. So I would imagine that we're starting to warm up the pen. 1-1 now to DJ LeMahieu with that ball. I would imagine we're starting to warm up the pen. But the question is, who do you warm? I would imagine maybe Brian Abreu, try to get 2 innings out of him. That's a ball. That is a ball. That is 100% a ball, but that's been they've called that a strike quite a few times tonight. And that kind of irritates me. Not loving it. Not ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Two 2-1 to LeMahieu. He deals. And another just... And that was framed up well, too. Like, Maldi got that going in. Again, I'm not arguing that it's a ball. It is, but, man. Three 3-1. Thank you. That's what we're going to talk about at the commercial. Actually, that's not what we're going to talk about at the commercial. I'm going to quickly run and get water because I think I need water and not coffee. Go figure. But I will talk about the rotation as soon as I get back and done with this inning. Swing and a miss for Luis Garcia after going down 3-1 in the count. And the Astros get out of the inning. Luis Garcia scoreless through 5. I believe that was his 12th or 13th swing and miss of the evening. And he gets LeMahieu. Was that for a... Gets LeMahieu. Beautiful, beautiful pitch by Garcia. Anyway, I'll talk about the rotation when I get back. Rock the baby. Rock the baby indeed. All right. I missed a lot. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, I'm on. Okay. Consistency is all you want in a strike zone. I agree. Anyway, rotation. I could see Lance possibly being a bullpen guy this year and ease him back to the pitcher. I don't think there's a possibility that Lance is a bullpen guy. He was the second qualified starter in ERA last year. It was a 3.16. There is no chance, in my opinion, that he's a bullpen guy. He's a starter through and through. We tried to use him as a bullpen guy in 2018 in the playoffs, and it didn't work that well. Martín Maldonado drives one, but that is hung up. And a fly out to Giancarlo Stanton in left field. I don't think it has anything to do with payment. Lance is a starting pitcher. That's where he's at. He had guys, I gotta remind, 3.16 last year, second among qualified starters. He is a starting pitcher. And right now, Urquidy is pitching okay. He's pitched okay the past few games, but guys, he's still rocking a 4.36 ERA and a 4.82 FIP. But Urquidy has got to be moved to the pen, and I think you go with a 6-man rotation. And all things considered, I don't know how Jake's going to be when he comes back. Yeah, he was starting to heat up. But I think Jake also could be a rotation or a piece out in the pen. And I think if you want to ease Lance back into it, what I would do is I would have Lance go the first 4 innings. You can have Lance go 4 innings and starts, and then have either Odorizzi or Urquidy come in to try to go a little bit farther if you want to ease him into it. But Lance is a starting pitcher to me. And yeah, I think you move Urquidy out to the pen for long relief. And then you go 6-man with Verlander. Yeah, Verlander, Fromber, Javi, Garcia, Lance, and then maybe Odorizzi as the 6th man. Then again, he's fragile as of late. He really isn't, though. He really isn't. He had the injury last year. The torn UCL is just not on him. It just simply isn't. And then, last year, pardon me. I mean, yeah, he ended up getting injured in the postseason. We just clearly misdiagnosed what was wrong with him. And the fact that he had to change a couple times, if I'm not mistaken, in the offseason, his doctor, which had to do a lot with the lockout, that's not on him. And I wouldn't call him fragile. He went 6 innings or more 17 times last year out of 28 starts. So the majority of the time, well over the majority of the time, he was going 6 innings or deep, 6 innings or more. Fouled off for Aaron Judge, 0-2. Hope Ace McCullers is back. I think it's going to be... I think he will be. Because he pitched pretty well at the end of the year. Again, don't forget that McCullers would have had a sub-3 had he not pitched after getting the COVID shot that, like, nearly killed him. And I'm barely exaggerating. That's not a political statement, by the way. I want to emphasize that. That is me simply pointing out that when he got the shot, it did not react with him kindly, and he had to get multiple IVs. That's what I'm referring to. But towards the end of the year, I mean, playoff McCullers was a different monster. He looked great. It was 6 1/3 shutout ball against the White Sox. If I'm not mistaken, in the first game of that series. Can find out pretty quick. Yeah, 10 2/3, 1-run ball against the White Sox in that postseason. I know he went 4 innings in the second game, so 6 2/3. He wanted his 7th inning of work in that game. I'm still broken up about the fact that he didn't get that. He wanted to go 7 so badly in that game. I assume you're saying tag team with Lance and Odo? And yeah, like that's what I would do. I would have Odorizzi potentially be like either the 6th man in the rotation, or just have Odorizzi ready. So you'd move Odo. Are you saying you'd move Javi back to the pen? Or are you saying you'd have Odorizzi ready to go whenever McCullers? Sorry, I'm trying not to make an idiot of myself. Oh, okay, tag team, Odo and Urquidy as the 6th man. Yeah, like that is probably that's what if I had to guess, that's probably what they would do. Or tag team Odo and McCullers. That's also a possibility. But I really Javi's not getting moved out of the rotation. Javi, he's just not. He has proven time and time again that he is better as a starter. And if we move him back to the pen again, I'm going to be infuriated. Popped up for Judge again, stays on a full count. Like, and that's the thing, having 2 long relievers in Urquidy and Odorizzi is not bad. And I'm going to say something that's probably going to make someone kind of freak out. We're going to lose a pitcher in the postseason. Like, let's not kid ourselves. It's going to happen. Swing and a miss to get Aaron Judge. Garcia gets him down. 1 away in the 6th. Like, I'm sorry, but we're going to lose someone. It's just how it goes. Like, you always lose a pitcher. It sucks. It's just a fact. That's the thing. If they don't want a 6-man rotation, I kind of get that. But I don't think Verlander's not moving. Like, I said my piece about Verlander. I said I don't think he's the Cy Young. He's not moving. He's still a great pitcher. He's still the team's best pitcher in the starting rotation, probable. Like, he's not moving. So Verlander isn't moving anywhere. Like, Verlander's the number 1. Fromber's number 2. Javi's number 3. And Garcia's 4. So I think at this moment, if you're moving anyone, I would imagine you're just kind of fiddling with Urquidy. And just into the home run, just a home run. Just muscled it over for Anthony Rizzo. Astros still lead it 1-0, but that's not what you're looking for. Justin Fromber, Garcia, Javi, and Lance is probably what I would roll with. And then you have Odorizzi, probably. Rizzo is a monster. Anthony Rizzo, man. It's what he does. Like, if they're against the six-man rotation, which I think I kind of get, because you get weird rest, I understand why people don't love that. That being said, I have this bad gut feeling that because the Astros are going to Astro, Garcia pitched great. 101 pitches, one run baseball. 14 swings and misses. 5 hard hit balls, but one of them was the flyout that was hit with a 50-degree launch angle, so I don't really barely count that one. Luis pitched great tonight. No, like if they don't want to go with the 6-man rotation, I have this bad feeling that we're going to, for some reason, tell Javi to go kick it in the bullpen again. Which I think is a mistake. But I feel like that's what we would do. I don't like that. Still throwing 95. He was throwing gas. 95, 96, 95 for Luis Garcia. In that inning. In that at-bat. Yeah, he should have pitched lower off speed, but it's 1 run. It sucks because you would have liked to have gotten him through the 6th, but he was high in the pitch count anyway. You can live with it. But yeah, I think Odo and your Katie are the 2 in the bullpen. Lance is a starter. Point blank, period. Lance is a starting pitcher. Yeah, but I still don't even love that. Now, that's the thing. Odorizzi had a couple of good outings. And I defend Odorizzi. Quite honestly. I've defended him. But that being said, being as bad as he was last year, 2 good outings in a row doesn't make you the starter over a guy like Javier. It just doesn't. All right, 4 good outings in a row. Excuse me. But that still doesn't make you the starter for me. Because those 6-run innings, which happened in the debut of the Space Cities, don't forget, like, that's a possibility. So I don't think that he's done enough to say that he should be in the rotation over a guy like Javier. Also, I'm sick of Javier being being the flexible guy. Like, we wouldn't dare we're not talking about putting Fromber in the bullpen. That's not been a conversation at all. We're not talking about Garcia in the pen. But we're going to talk about Javi going to the pen? After throwing 7 scoreless, hitless innings in the finest game pitched by an Astro since Verlander no-hit the Jays. And the discussion currently is, do we move him back to the pen? Like, it's... Yeah, like that. I don't know what you're questioning, but yes, he threw 7 innings. Oh, that's what you're saying. No, like, you can't You can't make an argument to me that says he should be moved back to the pen. Like, you can look at his numbers last season as a starter versus a reliever. It is miles ahead in favor of him as a starter. And this season, it started off a little rocky as a starter, but now he just threw, and I can't stress this enough, guys, the best 7 innings we've had thrown by an Astro this season. Like, he's your starter. He is debatably your second starter. If I'm being honest, I might think about him ahead of Fromber. Wasn't really happy with Oda's comments. Like, he is ready, and the team is holding him back. He's the one that needed to stretch for a few weeks. I don't know, man. I mean, if the team's holding him, I get that they're trying to be careful, but I think that's just them trying to figure out what the hell they're actually doing, if I'm being honest. Like, that tells me that we don't know what that's a bad call, but thank you. If it wasn't for the pitch count, Javi would have thrown it by himself. He would have. He would have. No one could touch him. Like, he was untouchable that game. He was pitching, again, as best as I've ever seen a pitcher pitch for us. He looked great. And then Javi, Justin, Lance. Then it's either Jake or Fromber. Who do you think would be the fourth starter? Fromber. Fromber, again. Jake has started to, pardon me, pull himself out of it. But that's a bad call. Those are two back-to-back bad calls. I'm happy. I'm grateful. But those are bad calls. The strike zone is horrendous. I think at least it's starting to get a little bit more consistent, but it is bad. I love dogs. Can you tell the sincerity in that comment? Anyway, electric strike zone, year or nay? That's a really good question. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I'll be right back, actually, because I'm gonna I'll wait till this inning's done with, and then I'll try to do something. But no, I don't know. The electric strike zone is very strange. I like the prospect of robot umps. If you could tell me they'd be perfect, right? If you could tell me that they would genuinely work perfectly and flawlessly, I would be totally down. But I know Major League Baseball, and I know that it is terrible with actually implementing things correctly. And so I feel like we'd somehow have zones that just were still inconsistent with a robot ump. It's like, I'd almost say yes, but I still feel like we'd find a way to screw it up. Imagine they just used a flat zone, and so it was the same for Judge and Altuve. I don't know. Again, I almost would say yes to electric or to robot umps, but there's just a little part of me that's being held back. That's saying I don't know. I'm not against it by any means, but I'm not sure that I'd be like I'm not protesting for it. Makeup calls from away games. Yeah, well, you know. Are the team going to trade for any pitchers at the deadline? I assume that means is. But I don't think so. I mean, certainly no starters. We're full up as is. Walk to Trevino, I believe. Stanton? No. It was Trevino. I'm not dumb. No, Torres. I am stupid. Walk to Gleyber Torres. Now Jose Trevino is up. Maldi coming out to have a chat. I don't think we trade for anyone because the rotation is completely full. The pen... the pen is great. Real quick, let's take a peeksy doodle. ERA among relievers in Major League Baseball. We have the second best one. We have the second best bullpen ERA. We are 4 points behind the Yankees. And but almost 30 points ahead of Atlanta, who's in third. And then if you look at FIP, we are... fifth. So we're second in ERA, fifth in FIP for bullpen. And you're going to probably add just from how it is. You're probably going to add to that inadvertently for when you get Odorizzi and Urquidy. So I don't know. If we start challenging balls and strikes, I'm going to shoot myself, though. Like, that would be awful. Trade for bullpen or catchers, maybe. I think catcher needs to be traded for. We need a catcher. Maldi can be the backup or split time, but we need another one. I don't think you could trade Urquidy for a big reliever, though. I just don't know that his value is that great. I'd rather see reform in MLB UA for more consistent umpiring and accountability for particular egregious calls in games, probably once we get a new commissioner someday soon. I mean, yeah, ideally we could just keep it humans and have them get their crap together, but it's Major League Baseball. I don't know, I'm very much in the Steve Dangle school of thinking of that umpires, refs, officials, regardless, across the board should be available after games and be held accountable. I'm sick of these guys just being able to do whatever they feel like and being protected by a union and just working with impunity. Like, we had we had Joe West umpiring games for 50,000 years, it felt like. The fact that Angel Hernandez is still somehow employed, like, something has to be done. Because it can't continue. Like, I don't know why it isn't. Every job in the country, almost every job in the country, is based upon your performance. And I don't understand why. I mean, again, we cut players because their batting average drops, 20 points. But umpires get to. Oh, God. Diaz just grabbed his arm. That's not great. If you suck, you get fired. Should be that simple. Alberto finally caught you streaming, Wes. Hope you're doing great, but I'm doing pretty darn well. My shoulders bother me a little bit. I decided to lift some things for my sister at IKEA yesterday, and that did not agree with me. But other than that, I'm doing really good. Hopefully you're doing the same, my good sir. But yeah, if you suck, you get fired. That should be it. I don't know why that's such a weird concept for the umpires. I get that they have their unions and whatever, but it's stupid. Oh, I never talked about this story. I'm going to throw this out there. A person. So I have all the plaques, the pictures, and what have you over here. It's the roster for the soccer team, two pictures of the soccer team, and the soccer team gave me a plaque that said team announcer, right? I worked at that high school. It's in my hometown. Really awesome. Love those guys. All of them are awesome. Players, coaching staff, athletics director. Love them all, right? One person, her name was Mary, and she worked with me in the booth somewhat doing music for the lacrosse team because I did the soccer team, the lacrosse team, and I did one game for their baseball team. But I believe she said her uncle officiated the World Series in 2017, which is a neat thing I'd like to throw out there because I think it is super wild. But that is a neat little story that I'll throw out there because I remember because one time we were in the booth and we were talking about baseball. And we got on that, and she shows me, she's like, oh yeah, my uncle was an umpire, or is a major league umpire. I think he's a crew chief now? She's like, yeah, I did one World Series recently. I'm like, oh, which one was it? And she found me a picture of the ring, and I saw it said 2017 on it, and had Astros under it, and I lost my freaking mind. I think I was kind of, like, hovering over, not hovering, but I was standing, like, next to her, like, bent over looking at the phone, and I, like, fell to my knees. I'm like, oh my god, he worked on the 2017 World Series. That's freaking awesome. Nearest is warming. I'm very excited about Nearest warming. But yeah, I was blown away. I'm like, I need to find out where this guy is and not steal the ring, but also think about it because he has the ring. I also found out that someone in my neighborhood, I live in a pretty residential, like pretty country area, apparently works and is works in the Nationals organization. And has a ring from 2019. Which, kind of hurts if I'm being honest, but, 2019, man. Tough time. No, it's super cool. I lost my mind. I gotta meet that guy eventually. Solid umpire, because we won that series. Tucker fouls another one back. 1-2 now. Specifically the Sox, am I right there with your peak? I will forever regret not just starting the channel in 2019. Because I genuinely thought about it. I want to say... Let's go on some channel history. I want to say like probably July of 2019 is when I started to be like, I should make a YouTube channel. And I should talk about baseball. I want to say that's about when the idea popped into my head. And I just chose not to. Can you guys imagine? Can you just imagine this channel after the 2019 World ALCS? Imagine if I were, because I know I didn't live stream in 2020, but imagine live streaming the Altuve walk-off. Oh. All I remember about that walk-off, I remember a lot about it, but I remember vividly sitting on my couch, and then the next thing is I just somehow magically teleported onto the floor. I mean, 2019 sucks specifically for hockey. No, only the Bruins. Hey, that line change by Brad Marchand was pretty good, huh? No need to throw a check on that. No need to throw a check there on that shift change. Just need to really quickly. Just. There we go. Lampalay. That Marwin Gonzalez received his 2021 ring prior to the game today. I completely forgot that Marwin was even here. I completely forgot that he existed on the team last year. Bregman drives one deep left, deep center field, but Judge is under it. Damn it. Shame. Hit that pretty well. I had hope for a second. I completely forgot that Marwin Gonzalez was on the team last year. I completely forgot that. For 36 plate appearances. Wild, man. I remember being in a group chat with my old church youth group as it happened. It was insane in terms of pure joy. That Altuve walk-off is still probably my favorite all-time moment in sports or baseball. I think it has to be mine, because like I understand Bregman's in Game 5 was more important, because that gave us the 3-2 lead. It was a World Series game and what have you. But, man, the Altuve one will always be special. Like, that was genuinely... That is my all-timer moment. I mean, I understand how important Bregman's was, but a single that won Game 5 to give you a lead in the World Series, just... I don't know. I don't want to say it doesn't compare, because it obviously does. It was incredible. And that whole game is just... I feel like that's probably the second best game in Major League history. But people are not going to admit that anymore because bang, bang. But, no, I mean, the Bregman hit was so special. But Altuve walking off the ALCS, off of Matt Chapman. Or not Matt Chapman. Aroldis Chapman. Not the third baseman. Like, that was just so special. Oh, the Altuve walk-off, one of my favorite memories as a fan besides Correa's walk-off in 2020 against the Rays. That was also really good. That was great. I still far and away prefer Altuve's, but Correa's was also fun. Not done yet. And then we won Game 6, and I had hope. And then Game 7. Marwin Gonzalez had a pinch hit appearance in the ALC. No shot, did he? We're going to find out right now. Holy crap, he did. No, he didn't, my good sirs. He had 4 pinch hit appearances in the World Series, though. And he went 1 for 4 with a 2 RBI double in Game 5. Speaking of games that gave you hope, Game 5 gave me a lot of hope. Game 5 gave me so much hope. If I think Game 5 is the second best game of all time, what's your pick for number 1? And then another comment of best game I've watched as an Astro was Game 5. That was great. I think Game 7 of the 2016 Cubs Guardians. Cubs Guardians. I will correct myself. Now that one was special. Like, how far was Bregman in on Gallo? My guy, he practically was in the box with him. Gallo, more like Batto. Ayo. Got him. Bregman has 3 hard hit balls tonight. That's fun. Now, I think Game 7 against the Cubs and Guardians, now previously Indians, I think that was probably one of the best. That being said, you can also argue that the Astros-Dodgers one was also the best. It's 1A, 1B. There's no bad choice there. They were both incredible. Game 5 was something special. Unless you were a pitcher, in which case you probably hated Game 5. Kershaw started Game 5, right? It was Kershaw for the Dodgers. Yeah, because I vividly remember him hitting Altuve hitting the home run off of him. Was Kershaw, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Fields make an appearance in that? I think Mr. We traded you for Yordan Alvarez. Didn't he make an appearance? How did Joe Musgrove get the win in that game? Hector Neris with a big strikeout there of DJ LeMahieu. The Astros threw 7. We need some insurance runs with this mini lead. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable. How the hell did Musgrove get the win for that game? It's Kershaw, who gave up 6 runs. Good Lord. Kenta Maeda, Tony Watson, Brandon Morrow. He was on the Dodgers. Brandon Morrow. Oh, my. Brandon Morrow gave up 4 runs, 2 home runs without recording an out. That's hard. Ross Stripling, Kenley Jansen, and Tony Syngren. So Keuchel started that game. Luke Gregor. What? Bruh. I forgot you existed. Oh, what a time capsule. What a time capsule this is. Okay, so he went, then Colin McHugh pitched. Brad Peacock came in. Will Harris pitched a singular inning, or a singular out. You had Chris Davinsky come in, who blew the save. And then Musgrove pitched the... I'm a bad person. I don't even remember Musgrove pitching in that game. Like, I know the 10th inning, the story was the Astros and Bregman's walk-off. I forgot he pitched in that game. Let alone got the win. Musgrove is another really good name to watch for Cy Young. Holy crap. Yeah, Musgrove was great. I think George Springer hit the infamous exploding home run off of Kershaw, too. If it was off someone else, please correct me. Greinke has like a 5 ERA this year. That's tough, yeah. Springer hit it. I know Springer didn't hit it off of Kershaw. The only home run off of Kershaw was Altuve. Because Springer's home run came later in that game. Because it was an RBI single. Got us on the board first. I feel like it was Gonzalez with the RBI single to get us on the board first. I could be very wrong. Maybe it was Reddick. Gonzalez didn't have a hit in that game. So who had the first RBI base hit to get us on the board? Because it was the first RBI... Because we had the first RBI single, then Altuve hit the 3-run home run, Yuli hit the 3-run home run. The Dodgers took the lead to make it 8-7, then Springer hit his home run. After that, Correa homered, and then McCann homered in the 8th to give us the lead. How close am I? Play-by-play. So it was... Yeah, okay, so Dodgers took the 2-0 lead. And that would become 3-0 with the single to score Forsythe. I need to find the full... I don't want all plays, I just want scoring plays. Manjevic swings and misses. Yeah, so that made it 3-1 Dodgers, 4-1 Dodgers, with Austin Barnes getting a hit. Correa had the first RBI single, or double, excuse me. I forgot Correa hit that double. I couldn't remember who it was. I thought it was Gonzalez. Then, oh, I'm dumb. Yuli hit the first home run off of Kershaw. My bad. And then Altuve hit the one to tie it at 7. Against Kenta Maeda. Then Bellinger had the single. What a play by, was that Donaldson? Or was that Isaiah Kanafalefa? That was bonkers. Yeah, and that was the one where Bellinger singled. That was the one that Springer was really mad about. Then he homered. Altuve had a base hit. Correa homered. McCann homered. That is... Gosh, that's just such a... Pat Neshek was a beast, though. I forgot he existed! Man. Montera's warming up. That's another thing I would like to do going forward. That's something that I might do in the off season. Is like rewatch classic games. I feel like every sports YouTuber has tried to do that, and I don't think it works out very often. But hey, I would like to fail. That's one thing that I would like to do is like go back and watch some classic games. Game 5 of 2017, that World Series, that Game 5 was ridiculous. I wouldn't mind doing like Game 6 with Altuve's walk off, Verlander's no hitter. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's what I would like to do. Greinke falling to what he is right now is sad. I mean, I don't think he cares. That's not in a bad way. That's just how Greinke is. You could probably ask me, like, are you sad that you're not pitching as well as you once were? And he'd be like, I don't care even a little bit. Because Greinke gonna Greinke. Jake Myers, hit a home run for me, eh, pal? I need to find a mixture between drinking coffee and water. Because I want to continue to drink coffee and caffeine, but I've had way too much caffeine. Greinke throwing the ball that a person wanted signed, and then being like, "Why'd you do that?" For my amusement. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard for Zach Greinke. Man is an absolute meme, and he lives for it. Myers takes it. 2-1 now. Oh, top of the order, or due up in the top of the 8th is going to be Judge, Rizzo, and Stanton. Oh, boy. That's going to be telling. Miss Greinke so much. Sucks we couldn't get him a ring last year. Yeah, I would love to have gotten him a ring. Speaking of rings, and last year, the Freddie Freeman bombshell that was dropped this weekend, huh? That's wild. What happened with that? There was a spider web, by the way, and I couldn't tell if it was like a glare in my eye or a spider web, and it was a spider web somehow. Yeah, I don't like that part of the order. But yeah, the Freddie Freeman news this weekend was freaking bonkers. I mean, your heart goes out to Freeman. Like, that sucks. I can't imagine. This is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to do it. Can't just get a good lead. No, no, no. We got to make it stressful. I get that you're missing like 4 or 3 of your best hitters, but come on. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to top off the drink. Gotta be honest, I got a little bit distracted in the kitchen because the episode of the Andy Griffith Show where Andy gets the motorcycle was on, and I got distracted for a brief moment, but I'm back. I have a feeling Freeman is going to find some loophole or trade to get out of LA ASAP and come back to the Braves, especially after especially after getting royally screwed by his manager like that. That was awful. And I hope he does. Like, I don't. What is the contract? Judge grounds one to Dubon. Throw to first is in time. Nice pick by Yuli. So it doesn't show me if there's opt-outs, but I would assume he's going to try to get out of that. And I really hope he does, because that is an awful, awful situation that he got put in. Fouled off by Anthony Rizzo, and it is 0-2. Rafael Montero here, only throwing 4 pitches, already has an out and well ahead of the count of Anthony Rizzo. Sets up, Maldi gonna go low outside, put in play over to Alex Bregman. Throw to first is in time to get Anthony Rizzo, and the Astros have 2 away, 5 pitches, 2 outs for Rafael Montero. Some weak contact both times. He has looked solid so far in 5 pitches, which is massive workload, I know. The fact that there is an actual baseball team named the Montgomery Biscuits is amazing. Imagine you play professional sports. You work your entire life to get to the professional level. Someone goes, hey, what do you play for? And you have to look them in the eye and go, Biscuits. Montero's been solid. Montero's been great. Someday soon, you hope. 1-2 count to Giancarlo Stanton for Rafael Montero. Makes his 9th pitch. Molly sets up low inside. Here it is. Popped high. Altuve out. Almost gets it. Just out of the reach for Jose Altuve. Barely a single, but the return throw almost gets Stanton trying to cheat. He took that leg guard off real angrily, and I think he might know something we don't. That was very aggressive for Stanton. It seems, does he think he's out? He got way too cute there. Good throw by Altuve, trying to catch him sleeping. He's safe. Barely. Barely. Aaron Hicks will come in as a pinch hitter. Or pinch runner, excuse me. I don't think he's out. I thought it was really close. I think he was just barely safe. Swing and a miss. And now he'll be up 0-2 on Josh Donaldson. Rafael Montero looking to pitch a scoreless inning. Giancarlo Stanton hit was at 69.3 miles per hour, so that's nice .3. Donaldson already has 2 strikeouts tonight. Batting now, down 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him! What a pitch by Montero! That was disgusting! And he gets him swinging at a complete waste pitch. My, oh my. That pitch and Donaldson were in different zip codes and he still got him. Slider, 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 and Rafael Montero with a very impressive inning. Whoo, boy, what a pitch. Rafael Montero coming up big. Let's take a peek at his baseball savant page, shall we? Let's see what the numbers say about Mr. Montero. Very kind, very kind. 84th in expected ERA, 96th in barrel, 91st in expected slugging, 84th in expected WOBA. Currently rocking a 1.82 ERA entering play tonight with a 2.87 expected ERA. He is pretty darn good. Let's get some insurance runs now, shall we? Let's get some big ones. You know what I'm feeling? Talked so much about him tonight. He hasn't really made an appearance yet. You guys know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling. Oh, and there he is. There they are showing it. One of them. I am feeling a Jose Altuve home run in this inning. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. And really quickly, just for prosperity, just for posterity, just for fun, just for some fun, I'm only gonna play Maldonado walk and Altuve 2-run jack. That's what I'm feeling. Maybe not a Maldi walk. I don't know that that's possible. I'm feeling very quickly. Oh, I need to mute that one. There we go. Yeah, mute that. Just because I love the sound. No better sound. No better sound in the history of baseball than that call. Joe Buck, who's so terrible at calling games, to call such a good one in that moment. Just Altuve has just sent the Astros to the World Series. God. Martin Maldonado with a ground out. Obligatory Jose Altuve Yankee killer home run imminent. It really has to be. All right, Jose Altuve home run. Strike one. Not quite how you want it to start, but it's fine. It's fine. That was the pitch. That was the pitch. That was the pitch to hit. That sucks. That was as good as you're gonna get. Presley is warming. Can't wait for Presley to load the bases, but still somehow get out of it. Now, Ryan, you could just do something absolutely bonkers and pitch a 1-2-3 ninth inning and just get out of it without stress. I beg you. Altuve, working the count. Now it's back to 2-2. I've said this before, and I will say it again. I was terrified after 2020 that I would never get to talk about Jose Altuve in good light. Altuve grounds one, throw to first, just in time. That was a really nice play. Mr. Corona in the chat. Heyo, let's go. Why must this team give me heart attacks on the regular? I don't know, man. They just have to. They just simply have to. Okay, hear me out, right? Clean ninth inning. What a novel concept. It really is. Hear me out. They tie it. Yordan pinch hitter. Walk-off home run. What a thought, huh? Or we just, pitch a 1-2-3 ninth inning. That would be ideal. We're really going to go to the bottom of the ninth, or to the top of the ninth inning with a one-run lead. I hate this. That's consistent, but I don't like it. You guys know what we have to do for the ninth inning. You guys already know what we have to do. And if you don't now, you certainly do. Has to happen. Has to happen. I think because I have stuff in the way, I have to just pick the chair up, despite it being on wheels. All right. I'm scared. I'm gonna level with you. I'm not feeling great. going to be... Donaldson was the last batter, right? So it's going to be Torres, Trevino, and Canafalefa. I don't like this. But I have my keys in my pocket still. I really hope I didn't hit anything. Man. Here we go. 9th inning. 1-run lead. Presley going to be in. I am nervous. I mean, the last time he faced him, he finished off a no-hitter, so... Currently in Mexico visiting relatives, and the internet isn't doing me any favors, so I'm having to stand outside, and it's looking like a storm is about to come. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's not what you want. So you're really hoping that Presley clears this off real quick. Okay, I get that, like, Tal's Hill was a novel concept and everything. How the hell did that get okayed to be made into a stadium where there's just a hill in the stadium? How was that okayed? How did you just have that and a freaking flagpole just in a Major League Baseball field? Like, look, I get that it has history. I get that it's, like, iconic for a minute, made for a while. How did that happen? How was that okayed? How was it approved? Oh, it's hilarious looking back that there was just a hill. It's comical, but I don't know how it was made. Like, I don't know how that happened. Granted, we had players steroiding up to look like, I mean, you know, monsters, so like I kind of get that everything was lawless back then. Tal's Hill was the greatest thing ever in a Major League Baseball stadium. There was some of the wildest plays made on that hill. Oh yeah, there were crazy plays. Hey man, in the 2000s, if you wanted a hill, you were granted a hill. If you build it, they will come, I guess. We really just put a hill in the stadium. Like, it's not even like one of those things where it's like near the field, you know, like the moss or the ivory that grows in Cub Stadium. It's not even like that. It's like, no, there's a hill. That only works in that one weird little area. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the equivalent of just like a pitcher's mound, like in the little gap between like left field and right field? Like, you're just running, you just have to go uphill for a brief second. I kind of want it now. 95 right down the middle of the zone. How do you not swing at that? Polo Grounds were basically a fake stadium. I assume everyone has watched the Foolish Baseball video talking about the Polo Grounds. If you haven't, you need to. That is a great video. Foolish Baseball is an elite YouTuber. And obviously, me shouting him out is not actually really doing him that much favor because, you know, you can look at subtotals, but man, oh man, that guy is amazing. I would say probably the best baseball content on the platform. Yeah. He's easily the best baseball YouTuber. No offense to some of the others. Oh, yeah, that as well. Yeah. Monument Park. Because why not? Baseball's wild. One of my favorite things about baseball in the field, like the stadiums, is that they are different dimensions. Like, that's so novel to me. Like, can you imagine that in football? Like, it's like, all right, we're playing the not the Mets, that's baseball. What am I saying? It's like, all right, we're playing the Ravens. It's only a 90-yard field. I'm reading that in a second because I kind of get the gist of it, but holy crap. If it were me, I would have a cage hanging from the roof of a stadium so you could have on the field seats without being on the field. That's horrifying, but I would do it. The old Astrodome, like the UFO thing that would go up and you could broadcast from it, that would be the type of thing. I would totally sit in that. I know Blummer said, like, oh no, I would not do that. I would totally do that. I would totally do that in a heartbeat. All right. 2-1 to Trevino. I'm horrified. Like, this is... What sucks about this is, like, we've played better than the Yankees, significantly. You can look at expected batting average. Pitching, we have done incredible. And we are one bad pitch away from a tie game. Or the flip side, NFL team using a CFL. Yeah, right? No, that's what I'm saying. Like, can you imagine you're just sitting there? It's like, all right, well, you know, Jets have a stadium. Jets field is like 120 yards from end zone to end zone. And then the next week you play like Jacksonville. And it's like, all right, only an 80-yard field today. Swing and a miss. He got Jose Trevino. Big play there for Ryan Presley. Up in the zone. Gutsy pitch. And he puts him away. 2 away in the inning. Big swing and a miss there. Nice pitch by Presley. Meeting on the mound. They're going to chat it over. They want it. They wanted something fierce. You're going to have Isaiah Canafalefa. Is there a pinch hitter? That's my question. Will there be a pinch hitter, or is it going to be Canafalefa? It will be Matt Carpenter. Pinch hitting for Isaiah Canafalefa. The Yankees looking to get a man on. Trying to keep the game alive. Pinch hitting in his career, Carpenter has 50 strikeouts, 5 home runs, and bats a .195. Oh my... It's making me feel self-conscious. That is the best mustache in the game, though. 0-1 now to Matt Carpenter. 0-1. Presley delivers. Chopped foul. 0-2 to Matt Carpenter. No, I do not. You need to shave. Look, people that remember the first few videos, or like a time last year when I shaved, like I can tell you right now, like I will never claim that I have good facial hair. That being said, the alternative is something I do not want to have people see. The alternative is awful. The alternative is a dark, dark path. 0-2 to Carpenter. Presley delivers. Swing and a miss, he got him! And the Astros take the one game against the Yankees. They go 7-9 in a stretch where we were hoping, praying, begging to win 4, and they win 7 in dominating fashion. Did not trail for a single at bat when we hit. What a stretch for the Houston Astros. Man, oh man. Your friendly reminder that we are the toast of the American League. What a game. What a stretch. Astros before Hose. Holy crap. That's beautiful. Astros win. Or Astros win. Astros win again. What a game. What a time. What a time. I am blown away. Since this was game 5, that means we beat the Yankees in the playoffs. Kinda. I mean, here's the thing. We're not going to meet the Yankees in the wild card. Because that would require both the Yankees and the Astros not being the top 2 seeds. We'd both have to fall. So one of us would have to end up making the playoffs as a wild card team, and the other one would have to be the third division winner. So, there's that. We would have to meet in a 5-game series. We went 2-2 there. We won this one here. And the Yankees had to come back. And the thing is, all you'd have to do is win one in New York of those first 2 if we met in a 5-game series. You win one of the first 2, and it almost feels automatic. We'll know more after the doubleheader. This pitching will win the World Series. I'm not there yet, but man, oh man, we took on we need to emphasize this. We took on the 2 best teams in Major League Baseball, and we crushed them. 4-4 against the Mets, and 3-2 against the Yanks. I'm at a loss for words, man. What a stretch by the Astros. What a stretch. All right. Oh, wait. I'm curious what will happen at the trade deadline because we should get one more arm and a bat. If it's an arm, it's got to be a bullpen, and if it's a bat, it's got to be a catcher. I mean, who do you move? Right? Like, outside of catcher, who do you move? Altuve's there. It's a fact. Like, Altuve, Brantley, Bregman. Bregman's been heating up. So Altuve, Brantley, Bregman, Yordan, Tucker, Pena, Yuli, and then you have either Myers or McCormick, and their defense is so good you can't move them. So outside of like Maldi and we're looking good. We're looking real good. If it wasn't for the 2 bullpen implosions in the Bronx, we would have swept all 5 games. That's insane. That is insane. On a Yankees fan site, this one comment, I feel like we have no chance against this team. They have a chance because they clearly can beat us, but man, how do you not feel great right now? Like, how do you not leave this 9-game stretch feeling on top of the world if you're Houston? You took on the 1 and 2 ranked teams in record, in power ranking, and just, I mean, we dominated the Mets. We dominated them. And the Yankees, I wouldn't quite put domination, but 2 of the 3 games that we won were just dominating. We overpowered them. The other 2 were almost dominations that they happened to come back in. And, like, credit to the Yankees. They fought like crazy to get those wins. But, man, oh, man. Houston has given a wake-up slap to New York. Houston does not fear the Bronx. We don't fear New York. That's what that tells me, by the way. Also, you go 4-2 in New York, facing the fans that hate you the most. You throw a no-hitter against the Yankees. Houston Yankees, then Houston Mets in the World Series would be wild. That's gonna be crazy. That could legitimately be it. That could legitimately be what happens. Because I really assume that we're not gonna, pardon me, we're not gonna see the Yankees until the ALCS. I, Forget about the 2 parties. The Astros just won the midterms in New York. I mean, New York hates us. They hate us. You feel great after getting that. All right. I need to get a little bit of food in me because I just realized that I have not had any meals today. Uh, I've been running around just a little bit, so I need to get some food, and then I need to make a video. So I'm going to call it for this evening. I want to do bi-weekly. I really want to do bi-weekly. So hopefully in a couple weeks we'll be back at this, and then like 2 weeks from now I think would be around the 14th and or the 9th, a little over a week. And I want to stream that game a lot. I'm going to stream that game because that's 2 years. So hopefully stream soon, and hopefully these are going to become bi-weekly. And yeah, that's what I have. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for chatting with me, everybody. I love doing these. These are genuinely so much fun. And that's it. So I'll see you guys in a video in about an hour or so. Hopefully less than 2 hours. Pretty soon. Oh wait, not gonna lie though, I highly doubt it happens. I'd love to see the Yankees completely implode, not even make the postseason. That'd be hilarious, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you in the video a little bit later on. Woo!